Good day. Let us discuss designing learning experiences. By the end of this discussion, we will understand and discuss knowledge and skills and attitudes on how to teach, and learn different approaches, strategies, and even methodologies and designing learning experiences, to empower yung teaching learning process. So first, let's proceed with the principles in designing learning experiences. We recognize that there is a higher degree of learning if we will utilize different senses. No? So 75% from sight, 13 from hearing, 6% of touch, no, and 3% of taste, and 3% sa smell. So more senses utilized in teaching learning process, mas malaki yung chances na mas matuto yung ating learners. The reason why we utilize multiple intelligences, real-time and localized simulation, drills, experiences, no? Dahil the more na mas ginagamit natin yung senses, mas malalim yung impact ng teaching learning process sa ating mga learners. Yun ay based din sa theory ni Edgar Dale sa cone of experiences. Mas malalim yung learning ng ating learners kapag merong experiential learning activities. Second is emotion has a power to increase learning. It changes the attitude, no? Learning more strikes if it's applied in our hearts, yung emotionally affective, no? Yung attitude. Hindi lamang nagstay sa cognitive, sa knowledge, no? Pero it changes the affective side, the values side ng learner. Andyan yung principles, andyan yung theory, and then yung response ng learner, no? Kahit hindi na siya graded, na-develop natin yun dahil sa emotion, no? Naglagay tayo ng affective side, yung value system, no? Another is yung localization. We connect specific knowledge, skills, and attitudes to learners' everyday life. We never use company A, company Z, XYZ, A, ganito, no? We use names, no? We use names of companies as if they just change the name ng given scenario, then real context na yung problem na binibigay natin sa kanila, no? At mas real yung response na gagawin nila kasi based siya sa real context na problem na binigay, no? We can utilize collaborative activities, no? Especially sa online learning, it's supported by studies na mas uh, nag-increase yung learning given na may limitations tayo sa online classes. But if we utilize collaborative activities, we give opportunities sa learners na matuto sila dahil yung learners, once they collaborate, they used their simple words, no? Sa level ng kanilang understanding. Yeah, nandun si professor, si teacher to introduce the topics, and there are times highfalutin words or cannot be comprehended easily by the learners. But if the learner will collaborate, use their general language, so mas madideepen yung learning. No? It enhances uh, learning opportunities. No? And last one is we recognize the multiple intelligences. We integrate multiple intelligences. In providing learning activities, we should not only focus on verbal like writing essay, reflection, no? Assessments sa objective type of test, but we recognize the different areas of intelligences, musical, intrapersonal, existential, no? Numbers, kinesthetic, bodily, no? Dahil ang learners natin ay unique, no? The moment we recognize these differences, the more na meron, embrace natin yung diverse nature and characteristics of learners. Let's proceed sa learning activities. We can provide this before, during, and after the discussion, no? Or yung mismong pre-lecture, lecture, and post-lectures. Ang worksheet, we applied this by assessing a priori knowledge or beforehand knowledge, even the ongoing or in-process knowledge. Ganun din yung a posteriori before the after the discussion. So before we proceed to a particular topic, we can provide worksheet just to solicit ano yung alam nila bago tayo mag-discuss. No? We can utilize worksheet during the discussion to assess kung nakaka-follow sila sa ating facing ng discussion. No? And we can use summative or formative worksheets sa a posteriori knowledge to test whether they catch up do sa mga skills, knowledge, and attitudes na inilagay natin during the discussion throughout the session, no, the execution ating learning plan. Sa simulation, it is a testing of participants' knowledge and skills by placing them in a scenario where they must actively solve problem. So, instructor will define the parameters to create a safe environment for hands-on activity. Then the learners will expose their knowledge, skills, and attitudes in a specific scenario and how they will solve a specific problem, no? How will they solve a specific uh, situation, no? Yung sending a problem, no? Yun namang drills, ito yung classroom technique to aid memorization by providing a repetition of activities, no? Knowledge, skills, and attitudes through repetitive practice. So drill exercises can give teacher the immediate feedback about the learner's understanding at each phase of lesson. No? Samantala, yun namang review, no? Ato naman yung usual na ginagamit natin, yung reading, no? Review of the previous discussion to assess whether they can catch up. Ito yung one of the easiest ways of assessing if they can follow what we're discussing, no? Or if they are ready to embrace another uh, set of discussion, no? Sa exercises naman, ito yung it could be formative, summative, giving problems, no? Mathematical problems, word problem, o kaya ay sending them to field and maglaro. That is exercises, no? Sa motivation naman, ito yung ginagamit natin to wrap up, no? Yung start up ng ating, or rather, start up ng ating activity before we proceed with a particular activity. We provide simple game, no? We can provide a problem, no? Para magpo-post ng questions sa learners natin, and then pag nag-discuss tayo, doon nila makukuha yung answers, no? Yung motivation. So yung applicable activities, group activities, we can recognize this by asking our groups, the members of the groups kung ano yung inclination nila when it comes to multiple intelligences. It's up to the teacher as facilitator to regroup or group the class according to intelligences. May it be heterogeneous or homogeneous. Kapag homogeneous, then yung mga verbal, kinesthetic, pagsasama-samahin, yung mga or pag heterogeneous para mas matutunan nila at ma-embrace nila ibang intelligences, i-group sila na iba-iba, no? So kung siyam kada group, edi siyam, no? So dito sa applicable group activities, by recognizing this 9 multiple intelligences, mas madadaanan natin yung iba't ibang areas ng intelligences ng ating learners, no? So sa verbal linguistic intelligence, we may provide discussions, debates, no? Reading, writing, no? More on verbal, no? Written or orally. Sa logical and mathematical intelligence, Dito naman yung more on numbers, no? We can ask them to formulate hypothesis, to test their hypothesis, gather data, no? Perform scientific method, then prove their claims, whether valid yung kanilang hypothesis or hindi, no? We can even use general to particular or particular to general reasoning or deductive or inductive reasoning. Sa special intelligence, we can provide organizational concepts or ideas, no? Like, yeah, we can provide them activities in plotting graphs, no? Relationship ng bawat figures, associating different concepts, no? That is spatial intelligence. While yung bodily kinesthetic intelligence, more on movements, no? We can provide them a skit, tableau, uh, athletic activities, hands-on, no? Na nagre-require ng movements, no? Sa musical intelligence naman, we can ask them to write a song, then play it, no, with musical instruments. We can ask them to sing, rap, no, or even analyzing musical scores and sounds, no. Sa interpersonal naman, more on cooperative, no, more on relational, may it be dyad, triad, or group activities. Ang naturalist or intrapersonal naman, more personal, reflection, no? Personal stand, no, personal feeling, journal writing, self-evaluation. Sa naturalist naman, more on exposure sa environment. Caring for biotic, pattern recognition, ecological field trips, no? And then yung existential naman ay more on reflection, no? Personal assessment or self-awareness, no? Journal and diary. So there are various organizers, no? Na pwede nating gamitin habang tayo nagdi-discuss. We can even ask our learners to answer this organizers, and we can utilize these organizers according to its specific functions, no? Ginagamit natin ang Venn diagram to address similarities and differences, no? While yung analogy organizer, we use this to categories, to address categories, to two or three or more, no, categories. Samantalang yung group of etong concept map, ginagamit natin sa group of concepts. May mga sub-concepts, no, from umbrella, no, and then interconnected yung branches, no. Yun namang hierarchical topics, ito ay may subtopics, superordinate and subordinate. May mga elements, no. Kung merong mother idea, may subtopics, may superordinate, then may subordinate. No? Yun yung ginagamit natin pag hierarchical topics. Sa interrelated attributes or topics, ginagamit natin to sa relationship, definition, no? Gaya na ginamit natin sa KSA, sa CAP, no? Merong definition, isang concept, hinati-hati siya, no? May attributes siya. Ang deductive topics or main idea map, ito yung problem solving. May three facets of topic or T-chart or two facets, pros and cons, pwede similarities, pwede rin naman supporting topics, no? Dalawa or tatlo. Nagsusupport siya doon sa main topic. However, kapag ka more on argumentative, debate, no, ginagamit natin yung persuasion map. Kasi yung claim supported by different premises, yung premises supported by different facts, statistics, claims, no? And then it will arrive and end with conclusion. Yun namang cause and effect map or fishbone technique, no? Ito yung pag-address ng cause and effect of an event. Something has happened, several effects from one cause. That is fishbone technique. Sa sequence organizer, we use sequence organizer to address step-by-step timeline events in sequential order. Naka-timeline siya, no? Presidize sa products or presentation. So there are many products or presentation to be utilized in uh, teaching learning process. There are times we bring we will bring a shoebox presentation, ano man tawag doon. Sa science, no, yung si teacher magdadala ng human anatomy, no, na ah, copy siya ng synthetic, no? So ano bang tawag doon? Meron naman si teacher ay nagpagawa sa atin sa perla soap ng cell. Anong tawag doon? Merong project na solar system, yung mga ping pong balls, binuo natin, no? Ano kayang tawag doon, no? May dala si teacher na bola or net. Anong tawag doon? So dito sa topic na to, papangalanan natin yung iba't ibang presentations or products. So yung diorama, ito yung 3D presentation wherein nakabox yung presentation. Say for example, prototype ng isang bahay. Okay, gaya ng aking task sa aking mga learners, yung Allegory of the Cave, no? Naka 3D presentation siya. So that is diorama. It's a cubicle house type presentation na hindi totoo, man-made or synthetic, at ang attribution niya ay 3D ang presentation. That is diorama, no? Ito ay three-dimensional scene created to illustrate an academic subject, plot of story, or meron siyang house in a cubicle or box type, no? That is diorama. Ang realia, ito ay authentic subject from real life that one uses in the classroom to teach a specific concept, no? Realia from the word real, no? Totoo. We use coins, electronics tools, beaker, textiles, no? Net, ball, those are realia. Totoo. Authentic objects siya, no? We use mock-up kapag dinala ng professor sa atin or teacher natin ay full-size structural model built to scale chiefly for study, testing, and display. Example, ito ay human body, no? Anatomy. So parts are detachable. Hindi totoo yung body. It represents the reality, no? That is mock-up. Pag nagdala si teacher ng almost the same full-size structured model, pero synthetic siya, no? Hindi siya yung real life or realia, then that is mock-up, no? Sa model naman, ito yung miniature ng totoo. It's a miniature reproduction of a real thing made of synthetic material. Then, of course, volcano, we make paper mache, then instead of lava, we create baking soda and or baking powder and suka, no? Or ibang or coke or and then Mentos, no? Dinadala natin yung nire-represent niya, no? Planet, instead na, yeah, we can bring ping pong balls, no? Cell, pwede natin gamitin yung perla soap, no? O kaya gagawa tayo ng jelly, no? So ganun yung it represents the totality of a thing, no? Or process in a small